Thor wasn't born in a comic book, and he's far older than Hollywood could ever dream up. Long before he was flying across movie screens, he was the hammer-wielding protector, worshipped by Vikings and feared by giants. This is the story of the true god of thunder. Thor in Germanic paganism. Thor is not just a comic book character, but one of the most important gods in Germanic paganism. He was worshipped across different Germanic cultures, with names varying by region. Thunor in Old English, Donar in Old High German, and Thor in Old Norse. All these names derive meaning thunder. This strong connection to thunder shows Thor's role as the divine embodiment of storms, lightning, and raw natural power. His worship dates back centuries before Christianity, stretching from the Roman Empire's encounters with Germanic tribes to the Viking Age. Thor in Norse mythology. The best-known accounts of Thor's adventures and character come from Norse mythology, particularly from Icelandic texts written in the medieval period, such as the Poetic Edda and the Prose Edda. In these myths, Thor is consistently described as a mighty protector of gods and humans, a warrior whose strength ensured order against chaotic forces. Unlike the Marvel depiction, which often shows him as a brooding hero, the original Thor was a straightforward defender, quick to act with brute force and little hesitation. Thor's family and relationships. Thor's family ties reveal much about his importance in the pantheon. He is the son of Odin, the All-Father, and the earth goddess Jörd, making him a bridge between the sky and the earth. His siblings include Balder, the beloved god of light. Thor's wife is the golden-haired goddess Sif, associated with fertility and crops. Together, they had a daughter, Thrudr, who may have been linked to warrior maidens known as Valkyries. Thor also had lovers outside his marriage. With the Jotun, giantess Jarnsaxa, he fathered Magni, known for his immense strength even as a child. Another son, Modi, whose mother is not recorded, also symbolizes courage and might. Thor is also stepfather to Ullr, a god associated with hunting and archery. These family connections show Thor's deep roots within both divine and giant lineages, reflecting the complex relationships between gods and Jotnar in Norse cosmology. Thor's companions and animals. Thor rarely traveled alone. He had two loyal human servants, Thjalfi and Röskva, who accompanied him on many adventures. He is also famous for his chariot, pulled by two massive goats, Tangrisnir, Teeth-bearer, and Tangjoster, Teeth-grinder. What makes this chariot unique is Thor's ability to slaughter and eat the goats for food, only to resurrect them the next day using his divine powers. This cycle of death and rebirth reflected themes of resilience and renewal important in Norse beliefs. Thor's weapons and treasures. Thor is instantly recognizable by his mighty hammer, Mjölnir. Unlike the Marvel version, where Mjölnir only chooses the worthy in mythology, the hammer is a fearsome weapon that never misses its target and always returns to Thor's hand. It was also used in rituals of blessing and protection, such as weddings, fertility rites, and consecrations. Alongside Mjölnir, Thor wielded other magical objects. His belt, Megingjord, doubled his already immense strength. He wore iron gloves called Jarngreipur, which allowed him to grasp the hammer securely. He also carried Gridar Völur, a magical staff given to him by the giantess Gridr. These items highlight Thor's role as a god prepared for constant battle with forces of chaos. Thor as protector of humanity. One of Thor's defining roles was being the guardian of both gods and humans. While Odin was often seen as a wise, distant figure concerned with higher mysteries, Thor was the god people turned to for immediate protection. Farmers prayed to him for rain and fertility, warriors called on him for strength, and common folk trusted him to defend them against giants and other dangers. His popularity was immense during the Viking Age, especially as Christianity spread. Many wore hammer-shaped pendants as a symbol of resistance and faith in Thor. Thor's battles with giants. In Norse myths, Thor is almost always fighting. His main enemies were the Mjölnir, the giants, who represented chaos, destruction, and the untamed forces of nature. While Odin often sought wisdom from the giants, Thor met them with violence. One of his most famous battles involved Mjölnir, a stone giant whom Thor killed with Mjölnir despite suffering a shard of whetstone lodged in his head. Another tale tells of his journey to the land of giants with Loki and his servants. There, Thor faced a series of challenges designed to humiliate him, such as drinking from a horn connected to the sea, lifting a giant serpent disguised as a cat, and wrestling an old woman who turned out to be old age itself. These stories emphasize Thor's limitations, showing that even the strongest god could not overcome certain cosmic forces. Thor and Jörmungandr. Perhaps Thor's most iconic rival was Jörmungandr, the Midgard serpent. This enormous sea serpent encircled the world, biting its own tail. Thor's encounters with Jörmungandr symbolize the eternal struggle between order and chaos. In one myth, Thor tried to pull Jörmungandr out of the ocean while disguised as a fisherman. He nearly succeeded, but the giant Hymir cut the fishing line out of fear, allowing the serpent to escape. This foreshadowed their final confrontation during Ragnarok, the Norse apocalypse. There, Thor would kill Jörmungandr, but only managed to take 9 steps before dying from the serpent's poison. Their deaths would mark the end of an era and the beginning of a new world. Thor in folklore and place names. Even after the Viking Age and the spread of Christianity, Thor's presence lingered in folklore across Germanic-speaking regions. Many place names in Scandinavia and Germany still contain references to him, such as Thorsberg and Donnersberg. The day of the week, Thursday, is named after him, stemming from Old English Thunersday and Old High German Donnerstag. This linguistic legacy shows how deeply embedded Thor was in daily life and timekeeping. Thor's lasting popularity in pagan names. During the late pagan period, Thor's popularity was so high that many personal names included references to him, such as Thorstein, Thor's stone, or Thorbjörn, Thor's bear. These names served as both a sign of devotion and a way to invoke his protection. Even today, such names remain common in Scandinavia, preserving a direct link to ancient worship. Thor in modern heathenry. In the modern revival of Norse paganism, known as heathenry or asatru, Thor is one of the most venerated gods. Practitioners often see him as a protector, much like their ancestors did. Mjölnir pendants are widely worn, both as a religious symbol and as a cultural marker. Unlike Marvel's depiction, which often blends myth with fantasy, modern worshippers focus on Thor as the steadfast defender of Midgard and humanity. If you enjoyed uncovering the real Thor beyond the Marvel version, make sure to hit the like button, share this video with fellow mythology fans, and subscribe for more deep dives.